Soon in the Lowcountry, we'll be able to spot some beautiful birds as part of spring migration. Joining me to talk about what we should keep our eyes open for is Diana Churchill. Diana writes a twice-monthly column for the Savannah Morning News, Birder's Eye View, and recently she compiled 53 of her articles for the book Birder's Eye View, Savannah and the Lowcountry, and that contains nearly 500 color photographs, mostly taken by Diana herself. And you may have also met her. She works at Wild Birds Unlimited and leads bird enthusiasts on field trips. Diana, thanks so much for coming in.
You're welcome.
Well, what about it? When does spring migration kind of really get underway here in the Lowcountry?
Well, this is it. I mean, the first ruby-throated hummingbirds have been spotted. The first northern parula has been heard singing. Actually, the very earliest migrants in this area are the purple martins. Late January, purple martins were already here. I saw yesterday morning actually 5 purple martins circling in the air above my condo. There were 4 boys and a girl, and they were working really hard to get the attention of that one lady.
What about some other ones that you had mentioned to me? Great crested flycatcher, does that also come through during spring migration?
Absolutely. Those are one of the larger birds that are hard to see. They're very good at blending into the woodwork. People hear them more often than they see them. They go, weep, weep, weep. You might see them in your backyard because they use nest boxes.
What about summer tanager? That's a beautiful
one of
bird.
My favorites, summer tanagers. Now, there's 2 tanagers that come through. The Scarlet Tanager was red with black wings.
Right.
He's a handsome fellow. And he does not stay to nest. He just comes through, gets some food, heads on north. Same thing with the other bird, the painted bunting. Everybody loves their painted buntings. Painted buntings are one of the birds that will come to feeders. They like white millet. So if you want the painted bunting to stop by and visit you, make sure you have a little white millet out in your seed mix this spring.
And what about the Baltimore Oriole? That's one that I've seen up in the Northeast when it finally arrives, but it comes through here too?
The Baltimore Orioles do migrate through here, and very interestingly, more and more Orioles are beginning to winter in coastal Georgia in the Lowcountry. They like grape jelly, nectar, insects, sunflower chips. This year, my folks have 6 to 8 Baltimore Orioles that have been spending the winter there. They're sad because soon the Baltimore Orioles will be leaving.
You also brought along, and by the way, I do love these stuffed birds because visually they let you know what to look for, which is very helpful. But you brought along a warbler with you as one of your examples. Tell me about that warbler.
This is a hooded warbler. The hooded warbler does stay here to nest in the Lowcountry. Not all of the warblers stay to nest. Many of them pass through. But this guy, you can find him in sort of bottomland hardwood forest habitat. He goes, tweet, tweet, tweetio. Tweet, tweet, tweetio. The boy is very showy. He's got a beautiful black hood, yellow, and then he has a tail with white on the edges that he likes to flash. He opens and flashes that tail. Last fall, one of my friends had a hooded warbler that stayed at her house in the fall for quite a long time eating mealworms while till he turned into a little butterball. We didn't know if he'd even be able to fly south or not. But spring migration is great because the birds are making lots of noise.
And that helps you locate them, right?
Absolutely. Much harder to locate the migratory warblers in the Lowcountry because our trees, our live oaks, never lose all their leaves.
Well, Diana Churchill, you've been a wealth of information. We want to let people know, too, that you'll be giving a talk at Honeyhorn this Thursday at 3, hosted by the Hilton Head Audubon Society. Thank you so much. Again, we really appreciate your coming in and letting us know what we have to look forward to.
My pleasure.
And that will do it for this edition of the Lowcountry Report. I'm Allie McNair. We want to thank you for watching. We'll see you the next time.